Hi everyone, my name is Taddy. Welcome back to my channel, and I am the founder of Moon Sign Supplies. And if you don't know, this channel is all about astrology, tarot, self-growth, self-care. So if that interests you, please subscribe. I also just want to say that I have a Patreon account, and if you want to join a loving community that is very welcoming, very creative, all about astrology, tarot, self-growth, self-care, then please check out the link below. And yeah, it's just such a fun community. I host monthly events and they're all astrology art-based focused. So yeah, check it out. And I am continuing my moon sign series. So right now we're going to talk about moon in Virgo, what this means. If you do not know your moon sign, please check the link below. I left a few possible links to check what your moon sign is. You need to know your exact birth time for this to work out. If you don't know what your moon sign is your inner emotions, your inner feelings, your inner self, how you react to situations and how you respond to situations, and how you like to be nurtured, like what comforts you, and how do you process your emotions as well. So moon in Virgo. So if you have a Virgo moon, I see this as like a very tricky placement. I actually love people with moon in Virgo. I get along with them so well because I have a Virgo stellium. But moon in Virgo people can be very hard on themselves. Like, I just want to say that straight off the bat, that they can be very critical on themselves. And this is because they overanalyze a lot of things, and that's how they deal with their emotions. They need to uncover, they need to analyze, they have this strong need to really overthink things to help them understand their feelings. And it is kind of hard for them to fully express their feelings sometimes because they can be so analytical in that process. So they do need to take the time to really step back and feel their feelings when they need it, and feel their feelings when they do come up. So Virgo moons are so generous. I would say some of my favorite things about Virgo moons are that they're very generous with their time. They love helping people. They're very service oriented. They're very generous. They want to help people so much, and they're very considerate. They're very thoughtful, and they make great friends. They make amazing partners and friends because they really consider the other person so much. Yeah, and they just have to learn how to make sure that they aren't overwhelming themselves, right? Because then if they're always putting their energy into other people, how much energy are they putting into themselves? And I feel like a lot of Virgo moons, I know, can be very harsh on themselves. Maybe they don't fully say what they're actually thinking, but they can be very critical on themselves. And it's like learning how to change that language that they speak to themselves is super important to learn in their lives. They need to learn how to be more encouraging towards themselves. They should talk to themselves how they talk to their friends. I think Virgo moons, one of their greatest strengths is that they can really help others unpack what is going on in their lives. So they need that for themselves too. They need someone else to help them unpack their true emotions, because they are complex. Like, Virgo is such a complex sign. It's an earth sign, but Virgo goes in deep. They like to be analytical. They like to really think things through, and they can overthink too. But they might need someone to really unpack what they are processing and the emotions that they're processing. So they might need some time to sit with their emotions and to fully realize what is coming up for them. They'll just feel so much better if they give themselves this time. I think Virgo moons just really appreciate acts of service. They love, like, their love language most likely is acts of service. Like, they just want to give. They really appreciate when someone gives to them or does something for them, because it took time, it took effort, it took that thought. They are so appreciative of that thought process, and that's how they love to be nurtured. And they just have to realize that they have to give themselves that same care and love. With a Virgo moon, they are very interested in self-realization. They're very interested in learning more about themselves because they know deep down, the more you understand like your thought patterns, who you are, your past trauma, like the more you understand all this, like Virgo moons know that it's going to benefit them and it's going to benefit the people around them so much. And this just interests them. They're just curious about these topics. They're curious about this uncovering process. And I really think it's because like I see I think Virgos and Scorpios as like the detectives of the zodiac, and with a Virgo moon, it's like the more that they uncover and the more that they can connect things and the more that they can understand things, the better they are going to feel. They can be a bit anxious. So they have to give themselves time. I think meditation really would benefit them. Meditation, like to clear their mind because they overthink. It's such a big strength of theirs to be so analytical and to uncover so many things, but it can be overwhelming to think so much, to like go through your head and like think everything through and to be like, oh my god, what is going on? So they can have a lot of thoughts and they just have to make sure that they don't get trapped into a negative thought process. They have to actively seek a positive mind frame and perspective and be kind to themselves, be loving towards themselves, because they're such kind, thoughtful people. To make sure that they give themselves that love and care that they do to other people. Virgo moons need to let go of perfection. I think they expect themselves to be perfect, but that is just too much. They just really need to let go of perfection to understand and prioritize their own happiness, and to understand that they can give themselves this happiness. It doesn't have to come from anyone else but themselves. They have to realize this and to really sit with this and understand what they can do to make themselves happy and make it like a consistent thing in their life. Like what can they, since Virgo is an earth sign, like what can they do every day to make themselves happy or to feel a bit of happiness, you know? And that could just be like a good meal, that could be like reading for 10 minutes a day, that could be meditating, that can be a nice walk, you know, that could be so many things. So they just have to understand how to do this for themselves. They do have that anxious energy too, so I will say that some fresh air might benefit them, or like an active activity for a few minutes a day. Virgo moons have really good memory, so I think emotional memory, so it's really hard for them to forgive people and it's really hard for them to let go of things. Maybe do rituals or do things for themselves to help them let go of things. Like this could be journaling, this can be having conversations, this can be just looking at the positive that has come from those negative things that have happened to them. If any negative things have happened to them, learning how to let go is probably one of the most difficult things, I would say, for I think Cancer moons too, to be honest. Any water signs and Virgo moons, I think it's a very difficult thing, but understanding what are the positive things that have come from a situation. So not holding on to resentment, letting go of any past resentment is going to help them so much. Virgo moons would make amazing teachers and psychologists. They just know how to help others understand a situation. They know how to help others unpack things and make sense of their situation. So I really see them as like really great teachers, great counselors. Because Virgo is a mutable sign, they might go through a lot of changes in their life. An earth sign, so they want some stability, but they're a mutable sign in Virgo, so they're okay. They're really good at adapting. They're very good at adapting to different situations. This is one of their best strengths. Like they can adapt really well into a new environment or a situation. However, they just might not be emotionally fulfilled from that, or it might take them some time to be like happy with that. And they are very self-sacrificing because they are because Virgo is, so they have to just realize, like, is this worth it? Is this worth the sacrifice in that sense? So they really have to consider that. When Virgo moons do something, they really thrive well when someone encourages them or appreciates them, because they kind of need this type of aspect, and they can definitely do that for themselves too. But if you're dating a Virgo moon, then this is something that would benefit them. If you want me to do a whole series on relationships, let me know in the comments below. A whole zodiac series, let me know. But I really feel like if they have a partner, it's really important for their partner to know that they need that encouragement, they need that appreciation, and that's going to help them thrive in the relationship, and that's going to help them grow too. That's going to help them want to grow. And yeah, I think this is so important to consider. So again, I think some of my favorite things about Virgo moons is that they are so good at helping others. They're just so great at helping other people, and they make amazing friends. They make great teachers, and I really see them as people that are gonna help everyone grow. They are people who love growth, and they're excited for other people's growth. They love seeing it, and they love it impacting themselves too. So I really think that they just need to see more of that within themselves, and all the positive, amazing things about themselves. They're very inquisitive signs. They're like, this placement is so inquisitive, and I love that about them. They're just so intrigued by self-realization and discovery and researching. They would make great researchers too. I just want to say that. But yeah, I love this about Virgo moons. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in joining an astrology and art community, please check out the link below. It's my Patreon page, and come join the Moon Sign Supplies community. So I'll be hosting monthly events if anyone's interested on astrology. We have a monthly event called the Art of Transits, and that's super fun every month, as well as a few other new ones each month. So yeah, please check it out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say the universe has your back, and with peace and love, take care. Bye.